Hey, what's up, guys? It's me and also Ray Roberts, and I'm Joe Briggs, your other host, and it's Ray Roberts. And we're coming at you live from Studio 3HB, downtown Cleveland, and also the other half of the studios in somewhere in Wisconsin. And you're listening to our podcast, so put your seatbelts on and get ready to buckle in and buckle out because we're about to really get this one big time. I think the intros are getting worse.
Yeah, it's never gotten better. It's maybe not worse, but they've never gotten better.
It makes a lot more sense why like all the professional podcasts have theme songs, or like a
Yeah,
little
like Brown's Out of Town.
Yeah, yeah. We don't need one. We're obviously crushing it. I mean, we've got Harrison and maybe more listeners.
We've got Harrison and like 12 others. Like that's all we need. Jesus had 12 disciples. I'm just saying.
If Harrison ever stops listening, that's a real Judas move. It's a real.
Which one of us is the Black Messiah?
I feel like you know more about yoga than I do.
Have you seen that movie yet?
It's amazing. Yeah, I watched it this week.
So good.
Yeah, if that doesn't like, I'll be surprised if I know it was like filmed in Cleveland, but if they don't just like win every award this year, I'll be surprised.
Well, and that's like it was kind of on my map because like I worked right up the street from where they filmed it. And like we drove by it like all the time. Like the scrapyard up there on 71st is where I worked at. And
Oh yeah,
like
okay.
it's maybe like a 5-minute drive or whatever, like right around the corner. And so like we would drive by it all the time and like you could see all like the movie set and everything. So it was super cool. So then I knew that it was filmed there, but I didn't realize like how much of it was filmed there.
Yeah.
And you're just like watching it and you're like, oh, I'm back in Cleveland. Like that's like this whole movie's Cleveland.
I didn't realize too that like the Lucas brothers like helped write and produce it.
Yeah.
And
Which
so
is, like because they're comedians, right?
they're stand-ups, yeah.
I mean, they're
And
like alt stand-ups, right? Like they were like the big like alt guys.
yeah.
Okay. So they're like more artsy anyways. Like alt guys are always like super like when I think of like an alt comedian in Cleveland, I think like Steve Murs, where like he's like he does comedy because he's like talented and he like knows like he's just very artsy and can figure it out, but he's not like a stand-up comedian because he like does 1.5 million other things. Like that's what I
Yeah.
think of when I think of them.
But even like, dude, they had a post on social media, and I think it was Instagram, and it was like thanking Judd Apatow for encouraging them to branch out. And I was like, dude, like, I feel like he's involved with everybody that's done anything in Hollywood in the last like 20 years that I've
Yeah,
liked.
yeah. Do you like Freaks and Geeks? You seem
Yeah.
like a Freaks and Geeks guy.
I'm not like one of those people that's like hardcore into it, but I do think it's good.
Yeah, I tried to watch it. Like I love everybody from that. Like everybody who was in that show. It's like it's almost it's like them crooked vultures to me where like
That's a very good analogy. That's
yeah,
exactly pretty much how I feel too.
yeah, where it's like this should be the best thing ever. Like it's good, but it doesn't
Yeah.
live up to the hype that I had in my mind for it.
High school, when like them crooked vultures became a thing, when like they announced that, high school me like had a meltdown. That was like all of
Dude.
my favorite bands.
Yeah, I forget who was the guitar player.
So the singer guitar player is Josh Homme from Queens of Stone Age. Who signed
Was
my
it just
Bob
a
Evans hat.
3-piece? I thought it was a 4-piece.
No, I thought it was just a 3-piece.
I mean, okay, so then I wasn't forgetting anybody because that's
No.
like that's insane, like just an
Yeah.
insane like mashing. Because like, but if you think about it, that like John Paul Jones was like hanging out with Foo Fighters for a while, like when they did the Wembley show, like they like did like a quick reuniting of Led Zeppelin, and like
Yeah,
without
but
Robert Plant, but
I don't, dude. It's like one of those things too, where like I'm sure John Paul Jones was the one that was like, "We should do this," and how do you say no? You can't. Design Center. Uh-oh.
oh shit. Hold on. Wait, pause. Don't jump in. Is this your first time on a podcast ever? You're just gonna start talking right off the rip.
Do you want me to exit and come back?
No,
do
we're
it
gonna
now.
give you an introduction.
Oh, I thought I was like late.
Yeah, you are late. This that's it? Like, oh, I thought I was late. Like, yeah, we've been recording, dude. Like, show starts at 10. It's like a meeting at work. Like, we're gonna start, and then you're gonna be like, hey, can we start over?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, guys, I just need to do my laundry. I'm gonna get up for like a couple minutes, but I'll be like right back in
Yeah,
the middle
that's
of the
fine.
meeting. Yeah.
just jump in whenever. Like we're here for your convenience and your convenience only.
Yeah.
I
I'm
also
not
need to do
I'm
more
not
of
on your schedule.
Did
How's
you
the lighting? I don't know if the natural light is helping or hurting me. Sorry, I just care about how I look like. What were you guys talking about?
you care how you look and this is how you show up?
Yeah. I tried really hard.
It's Sunday morning, dude. We don't care. Only
feel
like
bad
one
'cause,
person
like-
is gonna see the video
I
anyways.
feel like
feel
I look
bad for me.
arguably I look the worst, and I showered this morning. This is like me.
I showered as well.
This is like I put effort in.
That's the voice, and if you're watching, hey, say hello to Harrison, because he's the only person who's gonna see the video.
Oh yeah, how does this work? Do you guys do like a live stream?
No. This is we record it, and the video is on the Patreon that we have one member, and that's Harrison
Oh,
Poole.
cool.
Yeah, so
Hi, Harrison.
yeah, tell him hello. Give him your phone number. We've been promising him to hook him up with singles in his local area.
Yeah, my OnlyFans account is, sorry, it's just pictures of my face without makeup on it. But I feel like that would be like a kink for someone.
We also promised Harrison exclusive content, so if you can give him your phone number, please take it away from everyone else. So he's actually the only one that has it.
Okay, I'll change my number and then just give it to Harrison.
Just get a burner for Harrison, like the worst drug dealer ever. That's obviously the voice of Katy Moynihan. I say obviously because
This is
I
where
don't know.
we're introing Katy right now. That's how it's working.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we're professionals. I forgot. We got to restart the whole podcast. Joe, ready? 3.
Wait, no, are we really? Hey, what's up? It's us again, your boys at the Comedy and Mushroom Cult podcast. And you get ready for an intro. You strap your seats in tight because it's coming right at you in your face, and you're gonna say, "What's that?" And we're gonna say it's a podcast, and we've already said that. You should have been paying attention. So today we've got Ray and Joe and special guest Katy Moynihan, who does comedy. And let's go. I'm getting worse at introing.
No, it's just not better. It's like we never get worse. We just never get better.
Wait, was that something you practiced or did you just think of that off the top of your head?
That's just the second time he's done it today.
Yeah. But also the top of my, like, I don't just stand in the mirror going, "Hey, everyone, welcome to the Comedy and Mushroom Cult podcast."
But
I
didn't
probably
think
should.
of that.
Like I came up with the name, I came up with the idea, and then like every time I have to do the intro, I'm like, it's comedy, and fuck, like I just forget it.
Yeah, but at least I can, like, my brain works in a way that I can just rattle off nonsense for 20 to 30 seconds.
Yeah, if anybody ever asks me, hey, is Joe Briggs good at any like comedy or anything like that? I'll be like, he can at least rattle off something for 20 to 30 seconds. Don't give him a whole set.
5 minute set, don't shoot for the moon. 20 to 30 seconds of content, that's your guy. Fucking guy.
Katy Moynihan of Katy Moynihan fame.
Yeah. Am I your first guest ever?
No.
Yeah, you can
Well,
wait,
first official guest because
Oh, yeah.
I surprised you with JT Godfrey.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Joe-
JT.
Yeah, Joe was having a bad day, so I had JT pop on
Nice.
and talk
It was
to
honestly
us.
delightful.
He's the best person in the entire world. Can we call this the JT Godfrey podcast, where we just have
Featuring
other
Katy
people
Moynihan?
come on and talk about JT Godfrey?
Yeah.
So why are you doing this instead of going to church?
I actually worked out this morning. Just I need to like put that out there because I work out twice a month. So I need to make sure
Seriously?
people know the days that I do work out.
On
Humble
Sunday?
I've got the Robert California workout plan. Like I can work out
Yeah.
every day or get a whole month's worth of cardio in one session.
It was like a really hard class, probably because I don't work out. And then I walked my dog. Oh, I had a friend from, well, not a friend from the past, but a friend, you know, those friends that you like don't
Friend
keep in
from the
contact.
future?
Friend from the future. You know, friends you like don't keep in contact with over COVID because like you're like, oh, like, yeah, they're my friend, but we're not like super close where we're like keeping in
That's
contact.
100% what half of this podcast is about, is us dropping names of comedy friends we have that we don't talk to anymore now that comedy's dead.
Well, these people aren't even in the comedy world, but like very nice people. Anyways, long story short, they're getting married in June. And I got a text this morning, will you be our officiant?
Do you do that?
No, I'm not qualified at all. I have no ministry. What's it called?
You can just go online and like you just get registered online. It's very cheap and easy.
I feel like there's like a larger process. It's not just like go online and like I feel like
no,
there's,
you
like,
100% just go online and you get registered as an officiant and then you just like practice.
You could do that. You could take the easy way out, or you could become a boat captain and marry them at sea.
Oh, that sounds way more fun.
Yeah,
when Jim and Pam did it, it was wildly romantic. Now you're gonna do it, and it's gonna be wildly inconvenient, but the job gets done.
Right. I do get motion sickness though, so I'll have to take some Dramamine or something.
Except instead of getting married and the Maid of the Mist and Niagara Falls, it's gonna be the Jet Express at Put-in Bay. But if they're okay with that,
yeah, the Good Time 3.
The Good Time 3.
Just get like one of those random platforms in the middle of a pond. Be like, hey guys, like I can't do this.
It's called a dock. Are you talking about a dock?
No, docks are connected to the land. You can't be connected to the land.
A platform in a body of water, a dock.
Get like what's a pontoon boat? You got to get a pontoon boat so it's still technically on the boat. Like, because you can't do it on land. That's not how you can't be a boat captain can't marry you on land. You have to be at sea of some sort.
I wanted to go to a church that was in water. Like a church.
Okay, I watched Ozark too. All right.
God damn it.
You're gonna
I didn't get the reference at all, but I'm laughing.
Yeah, you're gonna come here and drop like esoteric references like you're messing with anybody who doesn't get it.
Wait, I'm so excited for the next season of Ozarks. We don't have to talk about it, but I'm just excited.
I watched like half the first season. No, it's not good. It's an overrated show. It's fine.
What?
Jason Bateman's
cool. Good.
Watch Arrested Development and then watch the Waco show, and then you get like the best of everybody who's in that show.
Oh, are they the same actors in all those shows? Is that what you're saying?
Well, Jason Bateman's in Arrested Development, and then the curly-headed chick is in the Waco thing, and she's like way better in it. And
she's good.
She's a great actress. That show just didn't do it for me. Like it's almost like what was the murder show that was on Showtime where he ends up hooking up with his sister?
Game of Thrones?
No, that's HBO. The guy who's dead now. Dexter. Like where Dexter
Dexter died?
Yeah, like the real life Dexter died.
Wow, that actor?
Yeah, he had like brain cancer or something.
No, fuck.
Wow.
Michael C. Hall, is that him? All right, cool.
I didn't watch Dexter either, man. I watch a lot of shows and we're not checking any boxes today.
Yeah, we're not checking those boxes. I just finished like a whole Ted Bundy, like went on a huge binge, every Ted Bundy basically documentary that's out there.
Yo, he's still alive, dog.
No, he's not.
Oh, is he? Michael C. Hall, not Ted Bundy.
Don't scare me like that.
Yeah, dude, the cancer went fully in remission, and then he started working on a new season of Dexter.
Oh, well, he was dead to me, so.
Fake news there. And Ted Bundy is dead,
though,
right?
Yeah, didn't they put him to death?
Yeah, he was executed.
So you're a girl. Are you one of the?
Wait, let me check. Oh, yeah, I'm a girl.
Are you one of those weirdos who like thought he was like super attractive?
No. So the next 30 seconds are going to be really boring, but yes, he is attractive, but I wasn't into him in that way. But when you go to like the history of the times of women, they literally told women, don't fight back. You will get murdered if like a guy attacks you, just like give in. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. He got away with like killing this many people because like back then women were just so like submissive and like helpful. Like he had an armband on. He's like, help me load this stuff into my car. Like a 17-year-old girl's like, okay. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was really interesting. Was he attractive?
Some would say simpler times.
So I just want to say that Katy said the next 20 to 30 seconds would be really boring. And I want to say if you needed 20 to 30 seconds of original content off the top of my head, you could have done it.
I thought you were gonna tell me that was like 35 seconds.
No, no.
No, that
I
was
don't
that
know
was
how to talk.
useful knowledge. If we know one thing about this podcast is that people come here for useful knowledge.
And we do our best. God damn it.
Yeah.
Is that what people come here for, do you think?
This is like this. We had a good idea for a podcast.
And
Then
I
we
got
tried it.
involved.
No,
Yeah.
then we tried it and it was like boring. And then then we decided that we would just like have no point. We're the Seinfeld of podcasts, except for like I like it and I don't think it's overrated.
Oh yeah, I mean, you guys are both hilarious, so I mean, it doesn't surprise
it.
me. All the success you've got.
But
What does your mug say?
Who's more
Humble,
hilarious?
humble with a hint of Kanye. Oh, that's hilarious. That's a hideous looking mug.
Which,
Yeah,
my mug's
America
hideous?
is a hideous looking mug. Get out of here. That's a
Yeah,
bald
bald eagle?
eagle.
This is a symbol of our democracy.
Oh God.
It's an
Ugh.
endangered species right now.
What an East Coast elite coming on here and undermining our entire country.
I'd rather see a hairy eagle.
Wah, wah.
Because bald.
Never
eagles.
mind.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
comes
what
on here and she's
was
like,
that?
I'm going to tell you about rape culture from the 70s and say that's going to be boring and then drop a hairy eagle joke.
Why did
So-
the eagle go bald?
Is this a setup? Do you need a punchline or do you have the punchline?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are we
it's a
just
punchline.
are we workshopping this joke for you? I've never been more happy not to be able to get
Hairy
on the
eagle.
Winchester show.
Oh, it's crazy that I'm sober right now. What time is it?
Oh yeah, shit. We were talking about weed before we started recording. So the special weed. Tell me about special weed, Joe.
I mean, I just know that Joe works at Rise, so he's like the most knowledgeable weed person I've met in my entire life. He knows everything. You could be like, hey, I'm looking to do a little sleepy, but not too much, and he'll like tell you everything you'd ever want to know.
Can I air some DM Katy Moynihan conversation about your CBD purchase or okay. So I was like at one point I just wanted to like try CBD joints and
Yeah.
Katy like posted some CBD joints and I was like, hey, is this like a good company to buy from? And she's like, well, I haven't tried it yet. And like, so I'm like looking for like the packages and like the only one that was like one kind of affordable and two like seemed like the package that she posted was like the female pleasure CBD package where like it was like the Playboy package where you got like lubes and like I don't know if like there was like a vibrator attached to it or what. And I was like, is this like the preferred package? And she was like, yeah, dude, go for it. And it's like, all right, well,
Yeah,
I
it
guess
was
I'll
kind of
just
like
keep smoking weed.
Playboy Bunny joined forces with this like weed company. They're based out of California and they're very like female, like feminine, like so of course it came up on my Instagram advertisements because like, oh wow, you shop for a bunch of useless shit on Instagram. Why don't we just send this your way? So I like clicked on it.
Oh, I was just gonna say the coolest I've ever thought Katy Moynihan was is we saw TJ Miller one time and we were walking down East 4th to go to Hilarities. And she pulled out a joint and put it in her mouth and just started smoking it. And I was like, she doesn't give a fuck. We're like in the middle of East 4th. There's kind of people around here. And I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing? Are you all right? And she's like,
It
oh,
was
it's just CBD.
CBD.
Yeah. It like ruined it. But for like a good 30 seconds, I was like, she doesn't care at all.
But like
She'll
literally,
fight
That
if
would
it
be a
wasn't
baller
joint,
move.
no
Right?
one would do anything either. I feel like.
When I was in Michigan, I did a show up in Adrian, Michigan, and this dude shows up and like it's like legal in Michigan. Like you can like
yeah.
be outside like smoking weed everywhere. Like Chicago, it's legal, but you have to like be inside like your house or
I
whatever.
mean,
Like
it
you
should
can't
be
be out in public.
legal everywhere.
Well, right, but like you like it's like people outside smoking like it's
Yeah.
like cigarettes. Like
Oh,
it's not
okay.
even like so I was like at the show and this guy's like, hey man, I saw you at because I like texted the group and I was like, hey, where's the best place to get the legal weed? Because I didn't want to shop at like I wanted to go to like a mom and pop shop and like give them money for it because it's still more fun. And he's like, this dude just brought me like the fattest joint, like in like a cigarette pack in front of like other adults and like handed it to me like I was like gonna be okay with this. And I was like, dude, and he's like, it's legal here. And we were just like outside, like smoking like grown adults. And it was like, I don't want to say it was less fun, but it definitely wasn't as much like you kind of lose that like
Oh,
sneaky part of it.
interesting.
It's like when you
Yeah.
have your first beer when you're 21,
Yes.
and you're like it feels wrong, but it's not technically. Yeah.
And it's like I shouldn't be, you're just so used to like, and that's why I like going to like the spot that I go to. It's because it's still kind of inconvenient. Like you have to wait in a line, and like you have to like pre-order just because it's like so busy. And you're like, it wouldn't be like buying weed if you just could like go show up and like, let me have some weed please, and then like leave. Like it wouldn't be as much fun as if you could just like show up and be like, I would like to get high, could I please have some marijuana, and then like leave. It's got to have like some sort of like difficulty to it.
Yeah. Okay, but what is the rule about driving on weed or while
Can't do it.
Yeah.
like not at all, right?
I always said it was
Yeah.
like the more the merrier.
Yeah, just like, like we want you to be extra high and disassociated from society while you're doing like operating a giant machine.
Because I've definitely like had a couple drinks and I'm like, okay, I'm good to drive. But like I feel like weed is different. You smoke, like you probably just like shouldn't drive at all.
Is there like a way to like you get breathalyzed if you're drinking? Is there like a equivalent of that for weed
Right,
yet?
for weed.
Not yet. I think that's like kind of like there's not a legal limit for it, and it's like it's a very difficult, like that's why a bunch of police unions are against it, is because like one, especially now if you get pulled over and like CBD's everywhere, you can just be like, hey, this is CBD, and you can't really prove that it's not. I mean, unless you have like I have like mints where it's like this is weed, like all over the mints. Like it's just like, hey guys, this is weed. Don't even let anybody try to trick you that it's not. But like
Yeah.
if you have like just like regular weed,
tomfoolery, guys.
yeah, like they would have to like test it to make sure that it's not CBD. But like if you're driving, like there's, and it hits different people differently. Like I can do like I'll do like a 5 milligram like edible mint or whatever, like an hour into my drive up to like the mic that I do. So then like it kind of hits once I get there, and then when I'm driving back, I'm like on the come down. So it's like I'm fine. So it's almost like doing that, like almost like one or two drinks, and you're like, all right, cool, I'm good to drive at this point. But it's
the first time I ever smoked weed and drove a car, I was in high school, and I stopped at a stoplight. I swear, you could fit like an entire school bus between me and where you're supposed to actually stop at the stoplight. Have you guys ever done that? Where you stop like so far behind because you're
not
like,
because I was on drugs, just because I'm a bad driver, but I've done it.
That's a reference that Joe gets, is not being able to drive, but like one of the most popular shows.
No, I mean, I don't think I've ever smoked and driven, really. Because I get too
goody
paranoid.
two shoes. And you always use condoms. You've brought that up multiple times.
You do? Always? All right, first of all, congratulations to Katy for being a grade A hoe. Second, Joe, what a loser.
Jesus Christ.
And I say that with all respect. Not
This is like the one episode too where my mom's gonna be like, let's give it a go. Let's see what our son's doing.
Wait,
she's gonna be like,
that's like a good thing that you want your mom to know. She'll be proud of you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, she's gonna find out you don't drive high and you always use condoms. This is best case scenario for you.
God forbid your mom listens to this.
It's
the most boring Tinder bio of all time, but it's a good one for you.
She's not gonna listen to this podcast and then look at my dad and be like, we did it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
We're so proud of him.
Like, he's probably not even going to church, though. That's what they're gonna say.
Well, I mean, we're recording a podcast during church time, so I mean, this counts.
Well, church was I could go on at 10. No church.
I listened to Kanye West "Jesus Walks" this morning, so that's just as good.
Wait, Ray. I'm sorry.
What?
Hypothetically, I gotta play this situation out for you. Okay.
Let's do it.
Hypothetically, you're at a table, right?
Yeah.
You're sitting there. There's people around you. You're watching a show. Maybe you're at a show. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you're with somebody that you're friends with,
What kind of
you
show?
kind of know from comedy, but you don't know that well. And you're sitting at this table, and a waitress comes by and says, and I quote, "Do you want a free pizza?" What do you say?
Oh God.
You 100% say yes.
Thank you. Fucking Christ, Katie.
Did you turn down a free pizza?
Do you want to
Turn
know
down
the
free
real
pizza.
story now? Do you want to know the actual truth?
Is it
Now
a
that
but
we're
what
done playing
is there free pizza
hypothetical-
involved? And did you turn it down?
Yes, and yes.
No
Okay,
one
then no. I don't
offered
want to
us-
hear your
No one-
bullshit version of the story.
No one offered us a free pizza. It was the pizza of the couple next to us. By the way, this is Valentine's Day weekend, so this is probably something that they've been planning for months and months. And Joe wanted me to steal their pizza.
They don't
No, it's
know
not
us. They
stealing.
could've-
You were offered.
Yeah.
No, they ordered it. It wasn't free.
That
He
happened
probably
to us
looked
at
at his-
the corner alley once. Like, you know that expensive bowling place downtown?
Yeah.
Is it corner alley? Is that what
Yep.
it's called?
Mhm.
Okay, so somebody like ordered a pizza and then they said they didn't order the pizza. So then like the restaurant was like not gonna give them the pizza for free. So they came over to us and they're like, these fucks ordered a pizza and aren't gonna pay for it. Did you want it? And then we got a free pizza. And we got
Fuck
to
yeah,
eat
dude.
it right in front of them. So it was sick for free.
That's hilarious.
Hey, we should go to corner alley sometime and pretend like we're strangers and use like different lanes and see if we can pull that off. Like Ocean's 11 it, like a free pizza. Like we
Oh,
just fill the bar with people that we know, all for this free pizza.
but we would need 9
But
other
who's
people.
ordering?
I don't know why math was so hard for me.
And also,
Who's
we would
ordering
need
the
8 other
pizza?
people. There's already 3 of us.
I assumed that Katie just does it like she wasn't automatically invited. Like I wanted
right,
to
'cause-
give her the chance to say no.
After
we
this, I'm
don't.
never invited anywhere ever again with you guys.
I mean,
we
you at
don't
least
want
show
her.
up
She
10
already
minutes
said
late.
no. She already said no to a free pizza.
Yeah, that's true. We
I
can't
can't be trusted.
trust that. But no,
The only
actually we
criteria-
need that. We need that. We don't want it to be like too like you order the pizza, she's next to you and be like, "Oh, I don't want this." And then like I'm on the one over and they're like, "Hey, did you want this pizza?" Like he said he didn't order it and she didn't want it. Like you need kind of that like
Yeah.
you need that difference there.
I think that's what like you're saying is like people are a good match. Like the people that go on the date for the alcohol and the people that go on the date for food. I'm one of the people that go on the date for alcohol. I'm not there to like eat. I'm there to get drunk. And then there's people that go on the date to like eat. So are those people like a pair or do the 2 people that drink pair up and the 2 people that eat pair up?
I think the people that drink, right, would pair up. I mean, you
I
can't put
think
a
you need
drinker
a
with an eater.
mix. Like yeah, no, like I don't drink anymore. So like when I go to dinner with my girl, she'll like have like a beer or 2 or like a margarita or something, and then I just like eat a lot. So it's like that perfect mix of like I'm there for the food, she's there for the booze sometimes. Like you need that difference there. You can't have too much like because that's how like if you're both eaters and you're both boozers, like at a certain point, like you'll just get hammered and like end
Someone's
up
not
fighting.
going to be happy at the end of the day. Like at the end of the day, one person's going to be disappointed.
Is it? Oh,
If you
man.
have a food person and an alcohol person, both are very happy at the end of the day.
But
Yeah,
here's-
like you do it. Like it's an all or none if you're both a food or you're both a drink person.
I think it can be a blend because when they offered us free pizza and Katie said no, I was there for the drinks, but then the pizza went away and I was like, holy shit, I might be here for the food too.
Well, yeah, like you're there
Right.
for the drinks, but like then if the food just comes for there itself, especially pizza. Like if it was like something
It was
like
the margarita pizza from Pickwick and Frolic, the best pizza they have.
They have really good pizza, actually. I will attest to that. But it wasn't our pizza. She said, she's like, did you guys order this? I don't know what she said. I was paying attention to the artistes on the stage, the comedic artistes. I wasn't listening to what the waitress said. I just knew it wasn't our pizza because neither of us ordered a pizza. He ordered lemon drops. He ordered lemon drops and White Claws. Then
Love lemon
I
drops.
ordered lemon drops and a glass of wine. And then he ordered a beer and then we ordered more lemon drops and then more wine. Where's a pizza? Was a pizza.
Right? I'll tell you where we ordered the pizza.
Katie just had a stroke on
The
podcast.
who? Katie?
She
Sometimes
nowhere
I
was
can't-
there was just like
This is where we ordered the pizza. The waitress came by.
Okay.
She said, "Do you need anything else?" And I said, "Another beer." And then we made eye contact, and I kind of had this like twinkle in my eye, and she saw it, and she was like, "Pizza, free of charge."
great wait staff there, so like they
Great wait
pick
staff.
up on that. Like she saw
Right.
in your eyes that if there was a free pizza available, that you wanted it.
Specifically margarita.
She took one look at Joe and she's like, oh my God, this guy hasn't had pizza in 2 hours. Pizza, stat. We need it.
She like went back to the kitchen. She's like, bad news, boys. That guy hasn't had a slice in over 180 minutes. We need to get one to him and in him.
We need a pizza. I saw the low blood sugar in his eyes.
I've been like trying to diet, and that's like the one food that I've cut out a lot is pizza, and it's like my favorite meal too. So like when that opportunity presented itself, I think I just heard what I wanted to hear.
Right.
Pizza's the best. I had a bunch of pizza last night, and it's just
What
like
toppings did it have on it?
it was a 7 cheese pizza.
Name
7 of the
7
same
cheeses.
cheese?
I had to look it up. I mean, it was like
Feta, mozzarella.
what is this, like a quiz? Name 7
goat cheese? Was there goat cheese on there? I can't even name.
All right,
7
I'm finding it. Hold on.
This is a
It's in
7
the
cheese
name.
pizza, and 3 of the cheeses are mozzarella. Like what?
Hold on.
Cheese. It just sounds suspicious. Like 7 cheeses.
It was like fine. Mozzarella, provolone, Asiago, cheddar, Romano, Parmesan, and Fontina.
Wow.
It was okay. It was just okay. Like
Did you
it was.
order it, or was it from like?
I would be in the bathroom for like 2 hours after eating that.
Are you lactose intolerant?
A little bit, yeah.
It's probably
You'd be in
because
the
I was
bathroom
when I
for
was
2
drinking.
hours.
Like straight up when I was drinking, like I had like a real, like I had to get like lactate and shit. Like it was like
Really?
it was bad news. That's part of the reason why I quit, is because like as soon as I stopped drinking, my body was like, oh, you can enjoy the rest of life now.
All right, I'm not gonna stop drinking. That's never gonna happen.
I'm not
But
telling you to. Like I'm just
I
saying that
felt a
might
little
have something to do
pressure.
with it.
I felt a little judgment coming from that side of the computer.
Of all the things that I would
What
judge
do you
you
mean we've
for,
drank together,
that's
Katy?
like 3rd or 4th. Yeah, like it's
The only reason I like think about quitting is I look at the people that have stopped drinking that I know that do comedy, and they're all like doing well right now, and I'm like, that could be you. That could be
Thriving.
you.
But the thing is, I was like thinking about a joke the other day, and I was like, Alcohol is Anonymous. That's pretty funny because every alcoholic I know is not anonymous.
yeah, for sure. And AA, fuck it. Like everybody in AA is like, I'm an AA, but I can't tell
like,
you who else is.
I have an AA meeting. Like, I'm not making fun of it. I think it's important, but I'm just saying, like,
It's not important because it's too Jesus-y. Like I was talking to somebody else, like unless you need it and you need like you need the whole thing. But it's like very like Jesus-y. They're like, you need to like give yourself to God. And you're like, yeah, but also I mean, there's a lot of booze in church, so like maybe we shouldn't.
It's the only drink they serve, actually.
Yeah.
he literally turned water to wine.
Well, that's like my mom.
Like, this party's lame. I'm gonna like turn it up.
Yeah, I got to talk to my mom who's in like I had to talk to my mom who's like in like a Jesus-y rehab right now. Shout out to genetics.
And Jesus.
And like, yeah, and Jesus. But like I wanted to like ask them, I was like, because Jesus is like a cut rate Dionysus who is like the god of wine. And I wanted to be like, this doesn't make sense that like this is a Jesus-y rehab and like your dude is the mascot for wine. Like, what are we doing here? So I don't know.
I love wine.
It is good.
I have like a bottle of wine that I bought like a month ago, and I was like, I'll save this for when I'm like, when I earned it, and I still haven't.
Or when you have sex with a condom on.
Well, hey, Katie's the new co-host of the podcast. I'm just gonna go die.
Every time I say it, I'll stop bringing it up.
No, you won't.
No, let's talk about this. Let's
No.
just get it out of our system. Are you like afraid of diseases? Are you
I mean,
not
I think
hearing?
it's important to use if you're like not with one person. Like if you're not in a relationship, then
No, if you're not with one person at a time. Like I mean, yes, you need to like if you
Yeah.
you don't, it's like wearing a mask. Like I don't wear a mask at home, but like I'll wear it when I'm around other
Right.
people.
that's a perfect example.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, unless you're like, are you sharing multiple sexual partners right now, Joe?
No,
All right, then what are we doing? Like,
we're best, man.
Are you worried about children more, diseases?
Yeah,
Because
I
like
don't want
sexually transmitted diseases
no
aren't
kids,
real.
dude. That's like my nightmare. Somebody like, hey, bad news, buddy. A little tyke on the way.
Have you guys heard of Simple Health? Oh, they should sponsor this podcast since we're talking
Is that
about
like Simple Plan or is that like
it's
different?
like basically you can get your birth control offline without actually going to a doctor. And it's
Oh,
called
so
Simple
condoms?
Health. And I ordered birth control from them. And then I get this like huge box. And I'm like, why do I need this huge box for like birth control pills? I open it up and they put like 4 female condoms in there. Do women use those?
It was like I was trying to do a joke about it, but then I saw somebody else had done one. But like it's like dental dams are something that you see in health class, and then like if you see it anywhere else in life, you're just kind of like you're offended. Like, could you imagine if somebody came and was like, "Here, you need this"? Like,
I've never seen
what
one in
a,
the wild.
like what a weird thing. Yeah, like that would just be that'd be outrageous.
Yeah, I don't think they exist. I didn't think they existed for real. And Katie's like, I got 4 of them.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you need a lot of these. We can tell from your Instagram profile pic. You need some extra female condoms.
Well, they're probably rare. You could probably sell them for a little bit of a markup. I mean,
yeah, I was thinking of that, or like wrapping them up and giving them to my brother for his birthday or something, like as a joke.
Like that's a very weird, like my sister is married and has a child, so I know that like sexual activity has and is ongoingly happening, but like that's a very weird gift to give to a sibling.
Yeah, I mean, we're like a pretty weird family.
dude, the guy that's like, he was like my godfather when I turned 18. Like we had like a little birthday party, and in front of my entire family, including my grandparents, he like got me like the largest box of condoms you can get somebody. And then I like unwrapped it and like got enough of the wrapping off that you can see what it is. And everybody's like, "What is it?" And I'm like, "It's not important. We don't have to open the rest of the wrapping." And he's like, "Open it." And he's just like in the back of the room, like take it out of the box. So I had to like take out like 120 pack of condoms in front of my grandma, my mom, my dad.
The funniest part to me
so
is like
funny.
when I was like in the age of like using condoms, like they always had like the female pleasure ones, like that was gonna make you good at sex.
Oh yeah.
like, like you're 17 buying female pleasure condoms. You're like, nobody even knows what they're doing. Like, what are we doing here?
I always expected too, if you use those ones, that like the other person would be like, "Oh, these are the pleasure ones. Thank you so much." But that conversation never happened.
There was
Like I was kind
there was an icy hot version of condoms, wasn't there?
I see.
Like,
Yes,
like,
I
if you
remember
got
the fire
backups.
and ice ones.
That doesn't sound pleasant at all.
But could you imagine just being like, hey, I was really on the fence about this, but then I saw it was the her pleasure, and I knew that you were in it for me. Like that
Yeah.
was like that's what
Or the
you
guys
are.
that
It's
are
so
like
funny to me.
self-conscious and they have to get like the largest size condoms, and it's like that's not gonna work. You
Yo,
need the largest size penis to fit in a largest size condom.
my health teacher and like our like we're all 16, and this kid, RIP to Turbo Z. He's dead now. Shout out to
Laugh,
Xander.
sorry.
Oh,
No, it's fine. Like he whatever. It was 10 years ago. And
it's
Just the
okay.
name
Someone
is
died
funny.
10 years ago at this point. We're over
like
it.
we're over it. Yeah, like I mean, like a million people died last year. Like we're
Jesus
okay
died
over
like
the one.
3,000 years ago, and nobody's over it.
I mean, yeah, it happens. But like,
Yeah.
so he was like very sexually active, and he's like, yeah, I use what magnums. Like, obviously, I don't have to worry about it, so that's why I forgot the name of it. But he's like, I wear magnums, and like our health teacher was like, yeah, Xander, you wear magnums, and pulls out a Magnum Trojan from like her desk and like rolls it over her arm. Like this is like an adult woman, and it stretched over her entire arm. And she goes, "Are you this big?" And then he goes,
Jesus Christ, she was a teacher?
yeah, dude. Like she
Yeah,
was
she would have
wild.
lost her job if she was a teacher right now.
Oh, it was like insane.
I miss those good old days.
But it was like she even showed us because like somebody had brought up using like, and it's like I guess it's a very useful class, but yeah, it'd have been like very weird like if somebody told on her for that. but like she like was like, yeah, everybody wants to say whipped cream's a good lube, and like she like brought out like a can of whipped cream and then like rubbed it on a condom and it made it snap, and you're like, hey, let's never do that. Like it was very educational. I
We-
also found out
Interesting.
that running is good for period cramps too, so there we go.
We
Yeah, I
we
learned
had to
that
take
too.
health class, and like this, I feel bad because this kid got made fun of because of it. But our health teacher, he was very sure to like say like, oh, don't use 2 condoms because it'll cause friction and they'll break. Use one or none. And he'd be like, he literally like when he was giving the lecture, he's like, yeah, don't use 2. I know you're gonna think about it. You're trying to be safe. I'm talking to you. And he like pointed at a kid. And then people just made fun of that kid for using 2 condoms for like the rest of high school.
Oh,
And he was like,
And that person was Joe Briggs.
I went to Catholic school, so they didn't teach us anything.
I also went to
literally
Catholic
learned
school,
nothing.
Kitty.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I went to like a shittier Catholic school. I went to an all. Did you go to an all boys school?
No.
Okay. So I went because I went to a same sex Catholic school, which is basically.
Where'd you go? Like Mags?
No, I'm from Rochester, New York, so I went out there.
She's
Yeah, it
an
was-
East Coast elite, dude. Like her dad
Coast-
probably owns the building that she lives in.
We need to redo the intro so we can just say, today we have East Coast elite and socialite, Katy Moynihan.
All right, are you ready?
No.
New intro in 3,
You doing it? Are you doing it?
2.
Hey, guys, it's us again. We're back with the Comedy and Mushroom podcast. Today we have East Coast elite Katy Moynihan. She's a socialite, and she's got more money than you'll ever have. So fuck off. Don't even try it. She'll kill you. It's getting worse. It's getting
No, that
worse.
was the best one. You got the name of our podcast wrong, but that was actually a great intro.
Yeah.
You didn't bring me up at all, which is fine. You got the name wrong, but like between the 3 of those, I could like cut it up and like make one good intro.
So I got the name wrong. I didn't bring up either person that's hosting it, and then I threatened to kill the listeners.
Yeah.
That's a lot of boxes that we're
Yeah,
missing.
it's like the Bill Squire triple threat without without anything. Katy, do you ever get the Bill
Do we have a
Squire triple
sponsor?
threat?
No, what's that?
It is when you get a on like this. Last week or like 4 days ago, whenever we released the last one, I created my own game of if I can get a like on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram from Bill Squire on the same post. I call it the triple threat. But I got a like and on Instagram and Twitter for 2 separate things, and I never got the third one on Facebook. So I don't know if it's just a like on each platform or a like on the same post for each platform. I've gotten it once.
It has to be the same post on all 3 platforms because like no one does that. Unless they're like your best friend, your mom, or
Or it's like really good. Like, and so
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
that's
okay. Yeah.
that's what I mean, I don't think Bill Squire is my best friend. I definitely know he's not my mom. So it,
TBD.
I would like to think that
Have
it's
you done a
because it's
test?
good. I don't know.
I feel like, okay, so if I don't have a Twitter, how do I achieve the Bill Squire triple threat? Do I do the joke live and he's just like, that's a good joke?
No,
And
it
then
doesn't.
Facebook and
You got to have
You
receipts,
text
dude.
him. You
You gotta
text
have
him and
receipts.
say, "Is this funny?"
Well, could you sign this affidavit proving that you enjoyed this joke and my performance of it?
But a text isn't like social media. Like it has to be like, I don't know, you have to get on what's that thing that like
TikTok?
all the conservatives are on?
Grindr?
Yeah.
Craigslist.
Yeah, Craigslist. Get like a response. Email.
one that
Just get
got-
an email. I don't know if that's social media. Get AIM.
What's the one that got
Yeah.
taken down? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
eBay.
No. Oh man. It's like it like
Fucking,
they use
uh,
it Parlor. Fucking Parlor.
that's it. I thought it came back.
I don't know how they started a riot.
Whatever, dude.
Seems illegal.
I think it's over. Like the riot's done. Everything's done.
They had we gave conservatives their own social media app for like 3 months and they planned a riot. That's what happens
Is
with
that
unlimited
what
freedom.
they used for? Is that what they used to get that plan in motion?
Yeah, that's how people were communicating. That's why it got taken down, is because they were like planning stuff on Parlor, and Parlor was like, "Yeah, we don't censor anything,
Oh
even if
God.
they're Nazis."
Nazis.
You're right there, Ray. Did you freeze or you just?
No, I was just gonna we had like a very good unprompted radio silence going on for a minute, and I was just gonna let it roll.
It's for the troops.
An unprompted moment of silence for the troops.
Were you guys at LVT on Wednesday, real quick? Neither
Yeah,
one
I
of you
was.
Fucking shit, Ray. I know you weren't.
What the fuck did you? What did you?
Dude, some guy tried to like fallen valor Adam. And, like,
Stolen valor?
That's it. Stolen valor. I don't know. Words are hard, but like, yeah, some like rando tried to do that to Adam in front of like the entire room of comics that know Adam, and he's like, this guy's not a troops, and he very obviously is.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
But here's the thing, like, and I'm not questioning Adam's valor at all, because I mean he's told me stories and I know who he is and blah 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 blah. I love him. He's like one of my favorite people. But like that'd be like a very cool thing to just like tell a group of comics, and then like somebody's like it just for like years, like upholding that for years, and then one person who's like, no, like it's not, and then you have to be like, no, I'm sorry, and then just like I don't even if yeah.
The reason the guy did it is they were like sitting at the bar and he asked like Adam, like, what's the birthday of the Marines? And Adam's like, I don't fucking know. And he's like, then you're not a Marine. That's it. And Adam was like showing him like official documentation that he has with him that proves he's a Marine. He's like, but you don't know the birthday, bro. That's all that matters, apparently.
I don't know the birthday either.
I don't know my own birthday. How do you?
I do. Mine's in a month. It's less than a month. What are we getting me for my birthday? April the 6th.
Oh.
I might just resend you your goodbye
in a month. Like, when's your birthday? Like, probably within the next month or so.
Well, mine's the 18th, so I have like a month and a half. Kind of.
April.
Taxes are due on your birthday sometimes.
2 Aries in the house. What are you, Joe?
Scorpio.
Oh.
Right. Yeah, women don't like that. Women, I don't subscribe to the whole lunar calendar thing, but if you tell women you're a Scorpio, they're like, oh, better stay away from this guy. I hate it.
He's dangerous. He's a bad boy.
That's me, man. I regularly rock a mustache and have glasses. Also, Mickey
wears condoms and pulls out. Bad boy.
Doesn't drive high.
Yeah.
Bad.
Is afraid of the dark.
Bad.
Somebody you can take home to your mom, but he's a Scorpio.
And she'll say things like, he seems nice, but she won't really like me.
He's like, he seems nice and he seems like somebody who'll take care of you, but he's like missing something. It's that edge. Like, I don't know about his, like, you need that I don't know about his blank thing that makes you mysterious.
That's why I needed to grow the mustache back. It commanded respect and it provided mystery. It was intrigue.
I don't think
you get like your ears
pierced
pierced or something.
Ears pierced. I'll be like,
yeah.
Oh, that guy definitely used to listen to ska. That's all they're gonna say.
Okay, I still listen to ska, so I'm very offended. But also, you just need like you need a '90s like hoop earring, just like lean into I'm trying to be Gen Z. That's what you need.
So just say things like slaps more than I already do.
Yeah.
And like, what else does Gen Z do?
Lit,
like,
fam.
Yeah.
Is fam is dog? Is that outdated now?
I don't know.
Like DOG or DAWG?
Both, I guess.
I mean, when you say it, I don't think anybody really spells it.
What's up, dog? And I mean that as DAWG and not DOG. Not misconstrue the situation.
I want you to know that I don't think you're actually a dog, but you're my dog, you know?
Yeah. What is homie? Is that outdated? That's definitely outdated.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if we're allowed to say homie.
Oh, really?
I mean, it seems kind of like, and this is not, I'm not like complaining. I'm just saying out loud that it seems like now that I'm like, you guys will be there soon now that, because I'm in my 30s, about 331. So as like
be there very soon. We've
I mean,
got plenty
what-
of time.
We still have like a couple years.
Yeah, we
till
got a
we're-
lifetime, really.
Ooh, yeah, you're
I mean,
like
but you'll-
way ahead of us, actually.
could-
You'll be there soon. Let me
Died
tell
and
you.
be reborn.
But there's things that like happen when you like say them out loud and you're just kind of like, ooh. Like, you know, when like the entire internet hates white men in their 30s, and then like you just graduate to being what everybody hates, and you're like, yeah, me and my homies were hanging out, and you're like, I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. Like, I'm like a Vulture article just walking around saying homies. Like, you just have to let things like that go.
Well, I thought America hated white men in their like 60s because they're just ruining everything. I feel like you guys
No.
are number 2.
No, here's how the ranking really goes, and I'm
so
glad
like,
that
are men in their 40s like safe right now?
Yeah.
yeah, because they're Gen Xers, they're perfectly fine. Like,
Okay.
So because they listen to Pearl Jam, they're fine. What the fuck?
yeah, it's a whole generation of beta males who were like, they like overcompensated. They were like, they were the generation that spelled women with a Y before we realized that like you could just like respect women and then spell words correctly. Like, that's like our generation
Yeah,
where
but
we
they got
can be
close.
like,
They got close. They tried.
yeah, like, yeah, that's what it is. Like, they tried and they just like gave up everything. They're all like married to like people who kept their like to women who kept their last name because like they didn't want to be like nailed down. So like we don't have to worry about them. At some point they like might do like a big backswing and like hit like a random lady at a Bath and Body Works, but like they're not going to do anything
Right.
societally.
They might have an outburst.
Yeah,
So
like they're just gonna have like that one. They're like, I am a man, and then you're just gonna look at them and be like, well, men don't have to say that. So it's like
But-
men in their 60s, white women of any age, and then white men in their 30s. That's like the ranking of evil.
I
Wait,
trust
white women
men
of
in their
any
30s.
age?
White women of any age.
So I'm
Yeah.
in a hated group right now?
You
Hey,
should
you turned
be.
down a free
It's-
pizza. You
Yeah,
turned down
one,
a
you
free
turned down a
pizza.
free pizza. You are of the age where you could 100% wife up a rich guy in his 60s and then like support him taking over the world. That's why I'm saying white
Right.
women of any age. Like, you
It's
guys
just-
are like the silent
Well,
support
last
to like the
weekend we
devil.
all went out after the Winchester. We went to that bar East End after,
Oh.
and like we're all drinking. And I mean, I have to admit, like I was purposely like trying to bother people and ruin their night. But I got a lot of dirty looks, and I feel like that makes sense because I'm a white woman of any age.
Yeah, you guys are, it's literally, and it's not like a nefarious thing. It's like you guys have all of the power that like they say white men do, but like it's old white men who have that power, and it's
Right.
white women of any age that actually have the power. Like, your power doesn't go away. Like, ever since you guys got the right to vote, that was like the last thing stopping you from taking the world over. And you
Right.
guys have not, like, you guys have taken advantage of it, and kudos. Like, it's like
Yeah.
that's what
so, like,
it is. But like, I don't.
So what Katie was just saying though, like I do kind of feel like there is like if I get into some shenanigans, people are like, oh, he's just like a man child. It's okay. But if she tries to do it, I feel like people are like, why is she acting so mature? It's weird. I don't know.
It's like maybe that's I'm just immature.
But nobody's gonna come up and say anything to you. They're gonna be like, "Oh,
They'll just
that's
give
a
you
bitch."
dirty looks though.
Oh
Yeah,
I
like
got
you
a
can
lot
just
of
get
dirty
like
looks.
you can get away with
You can
anything.
ask
Like, I
Joe Graham. He
Oh
was
yeah,
there.
he told me about it.
He was there. I got like a lot of dirty, like there's this guy that had face tattoos, and I think he like wanted to kill me.
Can you elaborate on why? Just because you were there?
yeah, I
so-
like
'Cause
how
that's
it's like
more of a
it was a
problem.
very like ask Joe Graham. Like, we don't have any details, and there's a guy with a face tattoo
Hold on, let me
who
get
wants
him on
to
the
kill me.
podcast.
Yeah, can
Yeah.
we link him into this? This guy with face tattoos. Okay, so I don't know if this matters to the story or not, but he wasn't straight. And he was walking around saying, where's my friend? Where's my friend? And then he came up to me and Joe asking where his friend was, and we're like, we don't know where your friend is. So then whatever, we all go our separate ways, and then we see him at the bar later with like a group of people. And so I go up to him and I'm like, did you find your friend? And he's like, yeah. And then I just kept asking questions, and he kept getting madder and madder the more questions I asked about his friend. And then he stopped responding to my questions and just looked at me like he wanted to kill me. But on the inside, I was like laughing really hard,
Well,
like internally.
Joe said like you and him were pretending to do something, and I can't remember what it was. Like you
And
were
then
just,
another girl had like tarot cards, and she was
oh
doing
yeah,
like,
that's it.
future, like she was,
Ew, tarot cards in public?
yeah. So this was
During
the
a
funniest thing.
pandemic.
She pulls
Yeah.
out these cards during the pandemic. She pulls out these cards and she's like, "Do you want a reading?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." Obviously, I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity to like, you know, whatever, play with this person. And she goes, "Oh, okay, here's your card." She lays them out. And then she's like, "Oh, my phone's dead. Can I use your phone?" And then she Googles something on my phone and reads whatever from the website what the cards mean.
So she didn't even know what they meant. She's just like a fake ass tarot card. In a pandemic, she went up to a stranger and
Right.
just was like, I've got a deck of cards. I don't know what it means.
Well, because I was talking to, we were like, Joe and I play Madden, frankly, an absurd amount, and we were playing.
I don't know how late you guys stayed up because I was definitely there till like 2 a.m.
Oh, I went home right at, like, I just went to bed. We didn't stay up that late. Like,
Oh,
we
okay.
he didn't hang out. This was like a separate occasion.
Oh, separate. Okay. I was like, then we went home and played Madden until 6 in the morning.
I think it was actually the next day, but he was like, yeah, he like had some story. He's like, yeah, Katy was like made up this whole fake like background for this tarot card lady, and he's like, it was hilarious. And I was like, oh yeah, when we went to Hilarities, we were in line to get TJ Miller's hot sauce, which sounds like a made up scenario. And like when we were in line, she lied to this couple about us being engaged for 7 years, and like this like random lady was just mad at me because I hadn't proposed yet.
I forgot about that. Oh my God, that was so funny.
And then the guy was like on my side. Like it was like right, we were in line and there was this older couple in front of us, and Katie's lying about how we've been engaged for 7 years and I haven't proposed because of whatever reason.
No, we weren't engaged. We were dating for like
yeah.
long time. And like he hasn't asked the question. And I was like, it's Valentine's Day weekend. So you would think, you know, this would be a good time to do
so
it.
fun.
And then she starts
They
talking
were
to the
totally
lady.
believing everything we said.
Yeah. And she starts talking to like the wife in the situation. So I start talking like
hammered. I'm hammered.
Yeah. So am I. And I'm talking to the guy and I'm just like, I don't know why it matters, man. We're happy. Like, and he's like, no, I get it, dude. I get it. And I was just like, I was like, we're Ocean's 11ing this right now. This is a practice trial run.
Someone could have literally walked by, stolen her purse, stolen her social security card while we were having this conversation, and then we could have exploited all of her information to get money. Like maybe we should try to take this on the road.
That's a very weird thing to just straight up jump to. You're like, yeah, like, hey, we can tell fun stories to strangers and then commit fraud.
We can like Ted Bundy them. We can Ted Bundy them without the killing.
But Katy wasn't even, she wasn't even like, hey, we're gonna mess with these people. She just was like jumped into it. And then I was like, all right, I'm in it. I'm
like, oh, Joe does improv. He'll get it.
When he's just standing there and he's like, yes, and.
Yes, and.
Like, get me out of
Katy, have you seen the video of our great improv troupe? No, or no, not really.
No, I have to look it up now. Is it on YouTube?
I think it was just on Instagram for a night.
Just for one night?
I think
somebody put
do you remember an
stories.
Instagram story from over a year ago?
Where'd it go?
It wasn't over a year ago. Somebody's got it because somebody had to have gotten it.
It made people mad. That's my favorite part about it, is people were mad.
Like mad. Like, why? And it was because so the whole bit, and it's so fun live.
People are like too sensitive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, but like the whole bit is so like, in like an improv troupe, but they're like, all right, guys, we need a place, and then like you'll be like the beach, and they'll be like, all right, this is at the beach. So like we were like, we need a Disney movie, and somebody was like Aladdin, and we're like, no, not good enough. And like so we just did that for like 5 minutes of like just shooting down everybody's
like
props.
Trying to get the premises for the whole like improv skit.
Yeah. And then we were like, no, we need something good. And like this chick was like, she's like, I feel like a lot of these were really good, and she got really upset.
I had to apologize to her afterwards because like she suggested something and she thought it was a good suggestion, and I just went like, that's garbage.
But like the best part is like somebody said something and we were like, all right, let's try it. And then like we wait and it's like,
that's not
not good enough. Let's like,
Okay, that sounds hilarious.
It's the most fun, but it made so many people mad except for us. And then, like, this is just recapping last episode at this point, and then Joe shows a music video with pictures of me like cut into it for me going away. Like right after we made everybody mad, there was just like a nonsense music video.
And that just made them madder.
Oh, it was the worst, but I loved it. Like everybody was uncomfortable except for like me, him, and probably Farkas because he likes chaos.
I feel like some people have to realize that when you go to a comedy show or any kind of show, like sometimes it's not for you, it's for them.
Well,
You know?
that was like the first time I'd really like hung out with Farkas a lot too, and I just brought chaos. I felt like it was, I think, the first time I'd really done the matinee, and it was just a hot mess.
Dude, me and Farkas have like the greatest history just because he's like, again, another one of those like comedy friends that I love so much and I haven't talked to. But like I had a bonfire at one of my houses once and he was dating another comedian at the time, and like they show up hammered drunk and he hit a curb so hard it made his rim explode. So like he's around the corner with like with this chick, and like he's in my like neighbor around the corner's front yard with like half of his wheel blown up. So this guy comes out, knows that he's like hammered, and then like helps him switch his wheel over, and he's like, where are you going? And then he came to my house and then left like 20 minutes later mad because we weren't going to let him drive home, and then he ended up leaving drunk anyways. But I love Matt Farkas.
I think I'm like on a podcast with him in like a couple weeks.
What podcast?
Sitting down with stand-ups. It's Jay Hunter's podcast.
Shout out to Jay Hunter. That's not even his real name.
What? Well, this isn't my real name.
That's also true. But I at least know your real name.
Most people don't need to.
I know, I didn't realize that wasn't your real name until you had to Venmo me or something, or I Venmo'd you.
Who was that? You that was at the bar with me where I went to cash out and then like you looked betrayed when I used my real? No, that wasn't you. I can't think of who it was. Like I like got a drink with somebody and like the bartender's like name and I was like Rajka, and like the person I was with was just like, what the fuck?
Who even are you?
Yeah.
Well, Jay Hunter's name's like, it's like 100% not even Jay Hunter. Like your first name's still Joe by whatever name you go by. But I had to go, we played basketball. Chris Clem was back in town, and we went to the Nat in Cuyahoga Falls and we're playing basketball. And I guess Jay was having heart palpitations because I had just left. And like he was so out of shape, and then they called the ambulance. So I had to like go to the hospital. And then I was like, can I see Jay Hunter? And they're like, there's nobody here by that name. So then I had to call him and I was like, do you have a different name? And he's like, yeah, my real name. I forget what it was. And I was like, well, that's like, you're going to send me to the hospital looking like an asshole because I don't know your real name and it's your fault. Like I felt betrayed.
I just love how unenthused you sounded for that whole story. Like you just
I was very upset.
Like a disappointed parent, like the entire story.
I had to drive from Stowe to Akron General to the Nat, back to Akron General, and I just found out somebody that I enjoy very much as a human has been telling me their wrong name for years.
That's amazing. It makes me really happy.
I wish I was smart enough to think of a fake name when I started, but I mean, I don't think anyone really looks me up anyways, so
I mean,
it helps to feel like if you're like funny or something, you might need it. But I mean,
yeah, if you're like actually successful in the comedy business, then you should probably get a fake name.
I couldn't come up with one. I literally just took like an old family name that is it was out of circulation, and I was like, let's bring it back. That's all I did.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I was too dumb to come up with a stage name.
So I've only seen literally Katy Moynihan do comedy maybe twice in my entire life. And one of them was the first time that we met. And it was weird because
you guys met?
We met, me and her.
I thought you were just going to say we met and then not clarify the question at all.
No, she lived with somebody I went to high school with. And I was like sitting at this show about to go on a Jay Hunter booked show.
Oh, yeah, that was in like Tremont.
Yeah, nice. That place doesn't exist anymore. I don't think. It was like the Tremont Public Works or some shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was right down the street from Golden Ox. Like, so when we were like recording, I drove by and it wasn't the same thing. And I was like, man, this chick looks super familiar. And then I saw that Katy was on the show. So I was like, what's this chick's name? And I was like, oh, I for sure went to high school with her. Like, and it was just like the most random, like, oh, great. Like somebody I went to, this is like the worst fear that I've ever had is
Right.
like somebody I
Wait,
went
what
to
high
high
school
school with
did you go
10
to?
years ago.
Perrysburg? Yeah.
And I was like, somebody from high school is gonna be here already in a room that I wasn't like comfortable in, and then like she's gonna be like, yeah, Ray's like not funny, and I had like a good enough set, and some other dude who was from Perrysburg was on the show as well. The guy who played guitar, he went to high school with my sister.
Oh yeah.
It's like a
He's
very
back
very weird night.
Yeah, that was fun, weird night.
I don't remember any of this because I wasn't there.
You were
Yeah.
not.
Damn, I probably wasn't even doing comedy yet, or I just sucked real hard.
Who would have thought that like because
was bad.
obviously I met you through Amber, Joseph.
No, we met at it was Dwayne Duke's show at $2.
Is that where we met?
That's where we met because it was $2, and they moved. Maybe it was the first time I remember talking to you for an extended period of time. So I don't know if that was the first time we met, but they used
I'd only
to do
done that. I've done that once. Was that the time that like the famous guy showed up?
Yep.
Okay.
And they it used to be like there was like a backside room that was really small, so you could put like 20 people in there, and it felt like a good room. And the bar was like, hey, you're getting 20 people at every show. Let's put it in the main room, even though that's where the bar is. And it was just a nightmare because people at the bar
And it was
being
loud. Nobody was paying
Oh,
attention.
Nobody paid attention.
I had a
There was
good set. Like the 5 people who were paying attention liked my set. And like the rest of it was just trash. And then you're like, this like actual famous comedian's here. Like I want to do a good job. And then he was like smoking during my set. So I was not happy about it.
Yeah. But even he didn't like have like he was like actual famous. I don't remember who it was, but like I wasn't impressed by his set. It wasn't the same as everybody else's. He wasn't getting like big laughs. The only person that
Yeah,
got
he was
laughs
on-
that night was Wanda Mayfield.
Oh, she's excellent.
Yeah.
She controls a room though too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
She
I just
like
remember
fact
standing in
checked
the
one of my
back and-
jokes before.
I think we just stood in the back and like made fun of the room, and then Amber for pretty much the entire time.
Which I mean, nothing against her. It's just very fun to do because
Yeah,
like
not in a mean
then
way.
like then she'll like find out and then like pretend to be mad and then just be happy that you were talking about her period. So like that's that's why I don't feel bad about doing it on a recorded medium.
She was there in the conversation though too. It's not like we were just talking about her when she wasn't. She was at that show.
Yeah. I mean we do
Yeah.
it plenty enough anyways. Like it's not like she doesn't live in her head rent free.
Do we have a sponsor,
We do have a sponsor.
Katy?
All right, I'm gonna take a bathroom break while you guys do that.
Well, I mean we're gonna be done here in a minute.
Oh, okay.
So if you can wait 10 minutes without shitting your pants, Katy, that'd be
Can
great.
we
Yeah.
cut that part out then?
No,
No, we'll keep it in
it's-
here. The sponsor for today is Poise Pads for when you have a female on your podcast and she can't hold her bladder. Poise.
What's it? Poise?
I can
Yeah.
just pee my pants.
You seemed way too comfortable with being able to pee your pants.
Oh, I've peed my pants multiple times. And one time, not so far from the recent times. Wait, what's that saying? Not so far from the recent.
Like recently?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, this is like something that we were talking about. So like gender neutral bathrooms in Lakewood. So you're a girl, we've established this. That
I might have changed during this conversation though. I might have grown a penis, but
that's gonna be the rule for the day is that Katy Moynihan is a girl. But
Is that's the episode name?
I'm a hypothetical.
have you ever just like have you gone to the bathroom in the men's room because the line was too long in the women's room and then
Oh, yeah.
berated the men around you for taking too long?
What does berated mean?
Hey, get your tuchus out of here. I'm trying to go pee.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, what are
However
you
you
doing?
sound.
You're taking too long.
Yeah. I've gone into a men's bathroom that had that wasn't just one bathroom, it had like stalls. and have gone pee before because I had to hold it, or the line was too long for the ladies.
Well, and that's what like that's the only issue I have with like non-gendered bathrooms is you miss out on that experience in life of having like a random chick come into the men's room and be
While
like,
you're
"Yo,
already
I gotta pee." Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's like an experience that you're just like, well, shit, like, and if it's like non-gendered, then it's
bonding.
like this is
It's like a
normal.
bonding, yeah.
Yeah, and you have to like have that experience. Like I got heckled like at this bar crawl. Like I got yelled at because this lady's like, "You're taking too long," and I was like, "You're not even in the right bathroom. Like, what are you talking about?"
Right. She's like, get out of the way, I have to use the urinal. And you're like, how?
Yeah, and then
She's
you're just like missing out on that whole experience by having gender neutral bathrooms.
Yeah.
Like,
I
yeah, like I want everybody to be comfortable, but I also want people to
But
use
I
that
feel like
while
you
using the
can't do
bathroom.
gender neutral. This is where I get confused. Like, you probably can't do gender neutral bathrooms for like kids
Why?
if they're, well, I guess if they're like separated. But like if like a little boy is like using the urinal and like a little girl walks in and she's like, they're gonna be like, what the?
especially because like yeah, little boys like when you're younger and you use the urinal, you just pull your pants all the way down. You can't have that in a gender neutral.
Hilarious. Yeah, that's something that doesn't get talked about enough. I did it at a Boy Scout camp, and I was like in like first grade, and some kid he's like he like walks up, he's like, "You're gonna have to learn how to be a man someday," and I was like, "I'm like 8, like it's just that I'm using the urinal's great."
Dude,
Right.
one of my friends would do that like in college, and I thought it was so funny. Like we'd go to a bar and he'd like have a couple drinks, and then he'd pull his pants all the way down, and then like hold his shirt up while he used the urinal. People would like walk in and not know what to do, and it was so funny to me, especially if it like wasn't the urinals with the dividers, so he's just there.
That's so funny. All right, this was a fun episode. I have to use the restroom as well, so we can't have 2 out of 3
Oh my god,
people
Sam, it
gone.
was the coffee.
Oh, thanks
Yeah.
for having me, you guys. This was so
Do you-
fun.
Do you have anything to promote or
Oh no.
no?
Hey guys.
Like we only bring the best guests. Like we have
I literally have nothing to promote.
we have JT Godfrey come on for 4.5 minutes and then like, all right guys, see ya, and like doesn't like share it or anything. And then we have somebody with like no clout come on. Like it's
Right.
there's no undermining to it. Like that's like the best. That's why it's fun.
Yeah.
Joe, Winchester show, when's the next one?
Next Winchester show is next Saturday. You can find tickets at Modern Kicks Comedy on Facebook or Instagram.
Cool. I'm gonna post this today too, so like we'll have 2 episodes out in like 3 days after not having any out for like 3
For 2
weeks.
weeks because Joe was
So-
sad.
Whatever, it happens.
All I have is Instagram. Can I just share it on Instagram somehow?
Yeah, well, I'll tag you in the thing, in the whole thing. What's your Instagram so creeps can find you?
It's at Hey Moynih. It's almost my last name, but then I cut off like 2 letters.
Oh, great. Thanks for that. There was I was
Is
gonna
Harrison
make a
gonna
case-
follow me on Instagram now? I'm gonna get
hope
like
so.
1 new follower.
He hasn't
That'd be
followed
great.
me yet.
He hasn't?
No, I don't know. I just wanted to say that. It's just so adorable.
Aw.
I get the Harrison triple threat every time I post something. So but
Also,
I really
I'm
want
pretty sure I'm done sorry, I just cut you off. I'm pretty sure this is important though. I'm pretty sure I'm done responding to people's DMs unless they're like actually my friends. So if you're a stranger and you DM me, you're gonna get ignored. Sorry.
Who responds to stranger DMs?
Oh, I just had something good we could have talked about. Fucking we've still that.
I mean, how long is it?
I don't know. It's an open one. I bet you guys have to poop.
We got 3 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm like bad at Instagram, like DMs and things. Okay, so how do you like? I don't even know if I was like sliding into somebody's DMs, but how do you do that?
How do you slide
Hypothetical.
into a
Sup girl, how you living?
You
That's-
respond to her Instagram story of her selfie that has like a bunch of filters on it.
Yeah, and I put the fire emoji,
You did?
right? Ed?
No, I mean, you could also like follow up with like, wow, you're smoking hot.
People talk like that in the real world?
Did you guys see my Instagram story? I was taking down a mirror, like a wall mirror, off of my bathroom wall, and a guy DM'd me and said, "That's cute."
Nah, it's not. We all saw the story and saw what you were wearing, and it was not cute at all.
We all saw
you.
the way
I
that
was
you
in my
struggled to
pajamas.
get down off the countertop and almost
Yeah,
lost your
like,
balance.
there was like. All right, swear to God, last thing. Swear to God, last thing. My girlfriend showed me this chick in New York or some city had like there was like a whole nother apartment complex on the other side of her bathroom mirror. Have you seen this shit yet?
What? No.
Yeah, she would like feel a draft come like when she was in her bathroom and like felt it coming behind her like bathroom mirror. So she removed the mirror and it was a big hole in the wall and she could see like a whole nother apartment behind it. It was insanity.
That's really scary. That is like actually a nightmare of mine.
Wait, so they could get into her apartment?
I don't think like I didn't watch the whole thing because it was like in TikToks and like you have to like watch 100 of them to get a full story. And so like I just asked my girl and like they found like recent water bottles. Like it wasn't like it was like a recent brand. So like people could like potentially get in there, but I don't think anybody did get in there. So it was very wild.
And
New York
sometimes
City?
TikToks aren't real. I feel like people fabricate them.
Oh, you're telling me that the internet's not real? Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, like that.
All right. Reach out to Katy Moynihan on Instagram. whoisrayroberts.com for all the other dumb shit that I do.
And Joe is also here on
Joe is also here on Instagram. All right, we're gonna be done.
What's your Instagram name? Yeah.
I hit end and then like the whole thing ends instead of hanging around, so we have like that awkward conversation afterwards. Like so once I say everything's done, I'm gonna hit end and then everything goes away. So if you want to say goodbye to somebody, you should do it now.
Okay, bye both of you.
Peace out. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Joe. We'll text later.